I'm getting ready to run my 3 pieces here, dado in that channel for the LED lights. Now, I've never done anything like this before, and I've never seen it done either, I guess. But so what I'm gonna do is I've got this set about 3/16 of an inch deep. I'll measure it after I get done to make sure that's what I have, or if it's close, it's fine. But I've got my start and stop marks here approximately penciled on the fence. The top piece doesn't matter, it's just going all the way through. But the side pieces I have to be concerned about going past this point and this point down here too as well. So I'm going to start and stop those, and I'll clean those up when I get done. Now I'm going to route this at about, I've got a 1/4 inch dado stack in here. I'm going to run it just shy of a 1/2 inch, I believe. So the reason I want to show this to you though is I've got this set up so that I've got this glue line right here. Now it's a good glue line and you can't see it, but this will split the line here with this first pass, and it'll eliminate any possibility of people picking up on that glue line. So I'm going to do this pass, and then I'm going to move my fence that direction. I'm 3/4 of an inch away from the fence right now, so that's where I'm going to start. Oh, the other thing I needed to remember is that I've got dowels in here as well. And this depth of cut, even though you're not going to see them with the light, I think that I'll be shy of those dowels too. We'll find out in a minute here. Just went a little bit past on this one, just a hair. I'll have to fix that up somehow. Anyway, I'm gonna move the fence over and make my second pass. Well, first I want to check my depth of cut here. .163. What is that? It's pretty close. Alright, got my router playing out again. This time I got the 1/4" blade in it. That you can see right here, hopefully, this little nick where I went past. It's going to be on the inside. It's going to be, there's a drawer there. So we'll just see. I'm going to leave it for now. Let me bring the other one in here and show you how I'm doing this here. There's just that little bit there. Probably doesn't even need to come out, but. And then I'll run this up the alley and just check to make sure that everything is nice and flush all the way up. I shouldn't say flush, I should say consistent. So I'm just coming up here. There's a little high spot. Otherwise, that's good. And that's it. Just some little minor shavings here and there. Okay. All right, I'll check the 3rd piece and then I'll put this back together and see how everything's going to lay out for me. I've got to pick up back here on the shelf. I've got to decide where I'm going to locate a through hole to run my electrical cord through this mid shelf and then the bottom shelf so I can power it up. Alright, I don't have a drill bit to match my groove exactly, so I'm going to have to use this 1/2 inch. But that's going to be alright too, I think. You can see the point of the bit is just above the center line of this intersection here. So that hole will be it'll come out almost flush. Well, it will come out flush with the groove, and then I can square it up a little bit so that light, that LED light ribbon lays flat in there. Now the other thing is it's going to come through the other side here, but it's going to be well below this. It's going to be the same distance, but I hope I'm going to have enough room to thread it through there. I'm going to find out. So I'm going to make the first cut here. My initial thought was to make two holes, one on each side, and then just have them meet in the middle. But I can always come back and drill this one here, I think, because the spur will end up higher. So I'm going to drill just the one to start right here, and then we'll see how that turns out, and I'll bring it back. And there's not enough room to get this through there. See, it's not wide enough, so I'm going to have to widen this out on this side. I'll show it to you from this angle here. So it's a nice, it looks good there, you know, nice fit. But I need to angle that hole down on the other side. So let me drill another hole and then basically just file them together. Well, so much for that. The center line for the spur is below or in that hole I just made, so I'm going to have to be careful when I drill this. I'm just going to make a mark here. And stay inside of that line. I'm only going about halfway, but I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I get done here. Alright, that turned out pretty well. I'll just do a little cleanup with the chisel right there, but I'm just going to take this rat tail file in here. I'm going to be careful not to do this bottom edge on this side and the top edge on the bottom and the bottom edge on the top. I'm just going to relieve a little of that material in there. Just enough to get that thing through there. That might be all I need. Actually, let's see, it's coming from, yeah, that direction. Okay, let's give it a try. That's all I needed. I can now thread that through there. Now I want to drill a hole on this end. Right here near the back. I'll want to run a groove through here to recess this. Locating the second hole, I'm just eyeballing it 1/8 of an inch back from the glue line, the rabbet here where the back is going to get glued in. And I'm just putting my bit on there, resting it on this bottom, or side I should say, and just pressing that brad point in there, giving me a place to drill my hole right there. Okay, now I've got to be able to connect the dots here. So that's going to end up about right there, I'm guessing. So I want to route a groove in here so I can recess this so it doesn't interfere with my drawer sliding in and out. I'm just going to, I don't know if I'm going to I guess I'm going to have to freehand it. Something like that. Luckily, I'll only have to do one of them. I'll darken that line up, route a little groove there, see how well I can do that, and I'll show you the results. Just made a test cut with this 1/8 inch bit I have. It's the perfect size. It's just a little snug, which is good, but I'm going to have to be very careful and follow my line because I only got one shot at this. So I'm going to take a look at this. And I want to get some light in here so I can see what I'm doing. Here goes nothing. most beautiful thing, but at least I didn't stray off the path too bad. Make a gouge, that's what I'm getting at. Get in there with a little piece of sandpaper and take the rough edges off it. And we should be good. That'll press in there. Yeah, that's all it took was a little sandpaper. Much better than going in there with a router trying to clean it up and then catching and bucking and, jumping on me. So this is going to be just fine right there. I'll be able to lay that in there. And that won't come out unless you want it to. Okay, a little more sanding on that, because I know when I put some finish in there that'll widen it up a little bit, or thin it up I should say. That looks good. Okay, one last detail here. You can see that my groove is coming in here, but it's going to hit that hole. I've got to flat or relieve that so that when I put the cord in there it will lay flat, just like I did this one here. This one I'll just use a smaller rat tail and file that down till I get to the point I need to. I don't know if you can see my pencil line in there, but I just ran it along the bottom of that channel, and it went right through there with no problem whatsoever. Just a nice smooth transition. All I did was open it up with this needle file here. It was not too bad. I chipped a lot of this away with a knife first, and then just finished it up with this. But that's going to be it'll be a nice transition now. No sharp edge there, and that'll go together nicely. Just like that. So if you can hear this, just goes right up there. Not any problem at all. So I'm going to consider that done. The glue up went pretty smooth. I ended up fairly square, I guess I'll call it. I've got a little bit of daylight on the bottom here. And when I put it on the other side, I've got a little daylight on the top. I don't even know what it is. But it's not enough for me to worry about. But by the time I end up putting the doors on, it'll appear as square can be. So I got some nice tight joints. Again, this is going to get crown molding up there. And then the one thing I was going to show you here in retrospect is I'm glad I'm just doing 3 drawers, because had I put a divider in here, there had been no way to snake that wire in and out of there. So 3 drawers is good. I used Titebond 3 on this glue up, and then you can see in the background here, maybe you can't, I got my pin nailer out. I'm not a big mechanical fastener guy, but when I put that plywood back on, why, there was really no other way to do it than to pin it along the outer edge, and then I ran a string of them to pull this back in tight to the mid shelf here. And that, along with the glue, is what's really gonna make this thing stout and sturdy. So I could tell already that even before I put the clamps on that it was pretty solid. So it's looking good.